What is up, everyone? I'm doing this while depressed, so I apologize if the energy is a little bit, you know, different on this one because I am really not feeling it today. But I do want to do this because I have a lot to talk about this week. This week was actually very hectic for me. As mentioned before, one of my coworkers quit, so like now the help that I normally get isn't there anymore. So I've kind of been struggling at work. Thankfully, though, they kind of need me for that position, so hopefully they'll hire somebody else, and hopefully I won't be flying solo too much longer. So there's that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? it's been I just recently learned, by the way, that there's this app on that was provided in my library called Library Plus. If you have a library card, you can use Library Plus app and read comic books that were created independently. Or I'm recently learning, since it's Black History Month, they're showcasing a lot of Black creators on there. So I have been, following Unique Universe, Youneek, and there's another one called Jalari, Djelari. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, if you have the Library Plus app, it's right there. I hate to sound like an advertisement, but that's just because I love the library, as I've probably mentioned multiple times before, and I love the library. I love what it offers, and I also am a big fiction fan. So yeah, there's that. Also, I met Carlito the other day. I probably might talk more about that in my other YouTube, my wrestling based one, because I don't know if anybody here even knows who Carlito is, unless of course you've been spit in the face with apple chunks before. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. I don't know why that was more Cuban than Puerto Rican, but I'm not exactly sure how he says it. If you hear noise in the background, it's because I'm not by myself, and that's actually the core reason why I'm depressed right now. Uh, I don't like to be the third wheel, and I feel like the third wheel now, and that's kind of bumming me out a little bit. But I'll get over it because I am back to training in wrestling again. All right, so a little context here. In July, I got into my wreck, which in turn screwed up both my way of getting to training and my money because now I had to put money into getting a new car, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff going on between July and December. So, now I got, the car situation taken care of. I got my money situation taken care of. And now I'm going to be going back to training in the course of 2 hours. So there's that. So that's one thing that's kind of been going on lately. Another thing too is that I'm seriously kind of dreading the primaries because I'm currently in Georgia right now. So the big thing is that because I'm currently in Georgia, there's a lot of laws that are being passed and signed and ran through and all this other stuff that basically is trying to say, hey, from now on, the black people's votes ain't gonna matter. And like now is like I'm still gonna try to vote, but it's like now I'm preparing for almost complete absolute chaos, and I hope that that's not the case. But I'm expecting it to be because it's Georgia, and it's I know what I'm gonna try to do to make sure that my voice is heard. I hate to use that in context of voting, but that's my way of looking at it. So there's that going on. I'm also gonna probably end up doing a little segment on my channel called "I Don't Like to Talk About Politics," but because I don't like to talk about politics, I really don't like. Up until like maybe 2014, I was learning about politics in 2014, and there's actually a really weird way that I picked up on that. When I was a kid, I used to ask, who exactly is in power? And that question sort of like caused me to anthill into, who's the like it initially started off as, who's the closest person to God? Like who could phone call God, right? And the first thing that went to my mind is the Pope. Well, the Pope is all the way in Italy. What if somebody in America wanted to talk to him? But then it's like gone to the Catholic Church, and then it's like, well, who's in charge of the Catholic Church? Or it might be the politicians and who's in charge of the politicians, blah 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 blah, all the way up and all the way down into my anthilling into the political spectrum of America. But also another thing to take into consideration is that, like, as much as I'm really into like politics and stuff like that, I don't like the shadow organization conspiracy theory crap, because like at this point now they're not really that big of a secret, and they're not that scary in comparison to it's like the devil that you know is much more dangerous than the devil that you don't know. And that is a thing. And once again, if you hear laughing in the background, that's my core reason why I'm depressed right now. Third wheel, bro. I hate being a tricycle. But moving along, there is yeah. What else is there? I helped somebody out today. I feel good about that. I'm not a mechanic. I don't really know that much about cars, although I am willing to learn about them. Somebody got into a flat like right in front of where we lived, and I don't think anybody in the household noticed it. I don't think anybody noticed that. So next thing I know, I'm going out there. I'm helping this kid, change her tire, and I felt good about that. I felt good knowing that I actually, because it was so random. It was like, because normally people don't just, I'm not going to say people don't just randomly end up in our front yard, because that would be a lie. Actually, a few videos ago, I think I mentioned that somebody actually ended up in our ditch. Crazy things have happened here, but this is one of the few crazy things that happened that didn't involve the cops being called. So thank goodness for that. Moving along. So yeah, comics, my job, professional wrestling. I don't think, I mean, like, like I said, I live a relatively boring life, but it doesn't really seem like that much has been going on lately. But it kind of does feel good to ultimately talk about it a little bit. And once again, if you guys heard a whole lot of noise, it's not just me. It just looks like it is, because this is my little space area. Oh boy. But I better go ahead and get prepared for training. That's it. Love, peace, and safety to all of you. And I hope that everybody is A-okay out there. That's it.